This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Okay, well, Winged Portent is not exactly the rare you're hoping for. It can kind of work out in some very niche decks, but it's not, that's not something you take with a first pick. Even when it does work out, it's not great. So I think we're probably going to end up on Biolume Egg here. It's very powerful. Even in a deck where you can't really take advantage of it, it's a good card. Well, solid card. And then if you have ways to sacrifice it, it gets insane. I think all three of these uncommons are pretty appealing. Archghoul of Thraben is sort of like the egg, except it does more things when it's on its own than the egg does. Cobbled Lancer, also pretty nice, but I think the egg and the ghoul are the best things. The best common in this pack is probably just Blood Petal Celebrant. Nice aggressive creature. But I think we take the egg. It is a little build-aroundy, but not as build-aroundy as it might look at first. Okay. So, interesting pick here. Packsong Pup is quite good. And also kind of a build-aroundy card. You've got to end up in the right deck. Traveling Minister has proven to be one of the better commons in the set. And we've also got Flame Blessed Bolt. I think we'd probably just go for the Bolt in the end here. It's just a very good way of removing things. The way it kills things actually matters a lot in this format. There's so many things that it can kill, like Lantern Bearer, where getting rid of it entirely is good, or where turning off the death trigger, like Packsong Pup, is a big deal too, although I guess they're only gaining like 2 life if you can kill it with the Bolt. But I think you take the Bolt over the Pup or the Paladin. They both need some effort, and Flame Blast Bolt's just good in all the decks. So, okay. Interesting stuff here. So I like Lantern Flare a lot. Distracting Geist is also pretty good. Those, I think, are the two really nice picks in the pack, and then the Epicure sort of a notch further down. Doom Dissenter could be the pick if we were really going hard into like a sacrifice deck, but I think just taking the best card, which is probably Lantern Flare, is where we want to go. You either need, you basically need a bunch of creatures for it to be at its best, or not a bunch, but a reasonable number, and it has a really high ceiling and a reasonable floor. I do like the Geist a lot in the more aggressive decks, but yeah. I think Flare's good enough you can first pick it sometimes, so I certainly like it there. We're seeing some interesting stuff. This is another pretty strong pack. Another Archghoul of Thraben, so if somebody's really in on zombies, they're going to be pretty happy. Cloaked Cadet is a powerful payoff for +1/+1 counters / humans, and it does its thing all on its own. Again, we have a Blood Petal Celebrant, and another good common we have in this one is Spore Crawler. So basically, I think the two best cards in this pack are the Cadet and the Archghoul. Of course, we don't have any other cards in those colors, funnily enough. But I think we're taking one of them. I think I like the Archghoul a little better. I think it's easier to build around overall than the other. We're just sort of staying open here. We're just taking the best card out of packs, and that's kind of where you want to be a lot of the time. And we have another pack here. I think Markov Purifier is a pretty good life gain payoff. We do have a Lantern Flare already, which gains us life. It's probably the best card in the pack. Flourishing Hunter is not bad. Skywarp Scob's not either, but I like the Purifier enough that I think I'll take it here. Who knows where we're going to end up. Kind of looking like it might be green, which of course we don't have any green cards yet, but Wolf Strike still being here is kind of a big deal. Yeah, we do have Stitched Assistant, which pairs well with our Biolume Egg and our Archghoul, but I think Wolf Strike's good enough. I just take it here. We're just going all colors here. All right, interesting here. I think we probably just take Traveling Minister. It pairs well with our Purifier if that's where we're going. It's probably just the best card in this pack. It is the best card in this pack. I think Screaming Swarm's pretty nice, but the Minister is better. All right, so white is definitely looking reasonably open. So is blue. Lunar Rejection still being here isn't a small thing. But I think I like Fierce Retribution here a little more. Can kill anything in the late game, and that definitely matters. Okay, so we had Cobbled Lancer Wheel. It's a nice thing to sack if we did end up going the blue-black route and stuff like that, so... wow. That's a pretty late Paladin. Green-white isn't completely out of the question, so I guess I'll take it here. Yeah. And this is an alright one-drop, especially if we gain some plus and plus one counters. And yeah, I think it's better than these two medium blue cards. You know, the Selhoff guy's not terrible, but, you know. So we could go a lot of different directions. Alright, Toxic Scorpion, probably the best of these three cards. you know, staying open like this also means we're more likely to be able to play bombs. I guess I like the Millipede more than Vampire's Kiss, though I don't love it. Alright, so, you know, I was kind of hoping something would be more clearly open at the end there. I mean, white looked pretty open at the end, but we didn't get any super loud signals. Okay, this is a strong pack. I think Inspired Idea is pretty good. I like Thirst for Discovery. Voltaic Visionary can be quite nice. We've got a Blood Petal Celebrant and a Flame Blessed Bolt. Then there's also a Bleed Dry, and I think Bleed Dry is one of the best commons, if not the best common in the set, because it's just such a catch-all removal spell. The downside about it is you can't splash it like at all. You know, you have to play black, and black is the color we're in the least right now. And that does matter. It definitely matters. So it's a question of, I think pack one, pick one, this would be the pick. But given what we've done, I think maybe I just take, well, we've only got one red card too, huh? Whew. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take Inspired Idea in the end here. Yeah, I've liked it pretty, you know, you do have to time it right, but I've liked it a reasonable amount overall. Okay. Patchwork Crawler is nice, but not great. Storm Chaser Drake, I mean, we need some auras. If we end up in blue, we're likely to have them, and it's just a reasonable creature anyway. I think I like it as the pick here. Okay. Well, black keeps really tempting me here, and I think we do take a Fell Stinger here. I think it's too good to pass up. Yeah, I think it is. We could even potentially splash it if we want to, so... So, you really have to end up in a deck that is effectively built around spirits and enchantments, or that just doesn't work. There's another Wolf Strike here. Panicked Bystander is a nice 2-drop, basically no matter where we end up. We're going to have to make some decisions in the very near future. We still haven't really made any, and it's getting... I think we've stayed a little too open, a little too long at this point. Undead Butler's not bad. I do like Panicked Bystander a reasonable amount. I'm kind of leaning in that direction. Yeah. We even might transform it in this deck. Who knows? All right, so I think we take Distracting Geist. It's a great card. You know, it's good if we have aggressive starts, and then you can put it on another creature later. It feels a little... Wow. Okay, so Angelic Quartermaster still being here is good. I do think we take it over a Minister and an Ancestor. It's really good. So I think it feels a little like black-white is what's sort of opening up here. And that's not a bad place to be. I mean, we don't really want to play, you know... A lot of these cards aren't worth playing if we're sort of forcing ourselves to end up in the deck anyway. Yeah, so it feels like black-white's where we're ending up. But, and you know, the bolt isn't really enough. So, we do have a second Inspired Idea here, which is interesting. I don't think... we want to take it. Blue is still a real possibility here. Green is less of one. Black-white right now feels the most likely outcome. I do think the Gargantua is pretty good. I think Spiked Ripjaw is really good too, but I think we take the Gargantua here. Okay. Well, this feels less like black-white is where I want to be. I think we either take Chill of the Grave or Scattered Thoughts. I think I like Chill a little more. Okay. Pretty good red cards still here. That's not where we are, but that is interesting. Stitched Assistant, I mean, I guess we could end up in a blue-white deck, too. It's not that improbable. That also looks like a pretty strong deck at this point. And if we're doing that, that means we have some sacrifice fodder. I think we take the Assistant here. Yeah, I'll take Kindly Ancestor. I've been pretty impressed with that card overall. One of these Scobs. I guess Repository seems reasonable, especially because we have Biolume Egg. There's a Militia Rallier. Steelclad Spirit, not bad. Yeah, maybe it's blue-white, huh? Now it's feeling more like it's blue-white than it is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're officially... I say, and then we get a Parasitic Grasp. But I think we're officially in blue-white. I think that seems to be what's the most open now. I mean, I would like to splash Fellstinger if I can. Other than that, I think we have figured out where we want to be here. Okay, so how many cards with Exploit do we have right now? We have 2. So, more Biolume Eggs are interesting. I mean, Black-Blue is the Exploit deck. But another Biolume Egg would really make us... I mean, we have access to it in blue. It's really going to make us want more of it because it's so strong. I do like Parasitic Grasp a lot, but because the Cleave is basically impossible to splash, I think we take the egg here. Okay, so we do have a Foreboding Statue. That does help us splash. It's a nice card in general. I've come down a little on it as the format seems faster and faster, but I do still like it a reasonable amount. Stitched Assistant, I mean, I figure we're going to end up wheeling one of these exploit creatures. Another Cobbled Lancer is not a bad place to be, but it does take a little bit of setup and some self-mill. I don't think I want a second one desperately. I'm leaning towards just taking the statue here. It could help us splash like our Fellstinger if we really want to. Okay, you know, the other cemetery cards are also good. You kind of consider trying to make it work even this late, but this one's not really. It's not insane, it's just solid, you know. That's basically it. I don't love Cradle of Safety here. We're gaining enough life that I guess I'm interested in Heron of Hope. I'm not desperate enough to splash to take Honored Heirloom here. Yeah, I'll take the Heron. Wow. Things are going in kind of a weird direction now, I feel like. It felt like blue-white was so right, and now it's like, huh, is it? Do I like Siphon Essence more than Selhoff Tumor? Probably. I don't think we really want Selhoff Tumor that badly. So another Chill of the Grave. Another Selhoff Tumor, another Skywarp Scob. Adamant Will isn't completely out of the question. I think we grab Chill here, though. Yeah. Okay. So I think we grab... You know, this would help us splash Fellstinger. But... I think I like Diver Scob enough, and it gives us a third card with Exploit, which we're interested in because of our eggs. Whereas this might help us splash a third card, but I think just getting a pretty good one that's already a nice card like this, is probably just where I want to be. I do like, you know, Eruth a reasonable amount too, but yeah. Okay, so it looks like we're going to get another Exploit card here. I think we do it. I mean, we're kind of a Biolume Egg deck. Once you have 2 of them, it starts to get pretty, like, seems like a pretty good idea to go that route. And another Chill isn't really what we want. So I think we take Stitch Assistant number 2. Okay, so we probably do not really want to take another Repository Scob, because now we're up to 4 things with Exploit. Granted, the other options in this pack, I mean, I could take the Heirloom. It would help us splash Fellstinger, but I don't love that. So I guess it's more likely that I play it in some ways than the other stuff in that pack. So, yeah. All right. We'll grab a Wanderlight Spirit here. We'll grab a Siphon Essence. All right. Probably done getting useful cards, I would think. Maybe we'll be surprised by something. That would be cool. I don't think we've got enough to splash the Stinger. Not even 100% convinced we want the statue in this deck. Just because we don't have that much in the way of, like, mana sinks and stuff to ramp into. I mean, we've got some of it, but it probably ends up making the cut, but it's not going to be that good in this deck. Hey, Bernstorff. Another Selhalf Entomber if we want one. Alright. I don't think this deck's amazing, but I think it turned out alright. I wish black had been more open in a world where I got 2 Biolume eggs, but, you know. I think we get rid of Allenbach Escort. We don't have enough. Well, do we? I don't think we have enough counters. We've got our Quartermaster. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So, I guess one nice reason to run, by the way, our Foreboding Statue is we can produce red with it for our Lantern Flare. I mean, that's nice upside. We're going to play the Flare, and it's going to be good anyway, but having the upside occasionally of paying red for it is going to be pretty good, I think, overall. So, probably not really a deck interested in Wanderlight Spirit overall. Inspired Idea, I think we hold on to. So we need one more cut. We could consider a 16 land deck. It's not the worst plan ever. We do have a lot of 3s, which is kind of more than I want. I think it's probably pretty easy to cut, like... How many zombies do we have? We've got 5, which is a lot, but not an insane number. Yeah, one thing we didn't get much of is removal. We have a little. So I think Siphon Essence is important, and I think Chill of the Grave is important because they're sort of pseudo-removal. What are you getting back? Yeah, there's enough things for you to get back. Yeah. We have one cut to make. Could be a land. Could just be Militia Rallier. I mean, it has no synergy with anything we're doing. It's just like a efficient creature. Yeah, I don't hate that. Same thing with Heron of Hope. It doesn't have a whole lot of synergy. Maybe it even has less. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can get rid of it. All right. So, yeah, I think this is the deck. It's going to be interesting. I've ended up with a few weird decks in this format. Like, I ended up in, like, a black-white toughness deck last weekend, and right now I'm in, like, a blue-white exploit deck? I don't know. We don't really have a bomb, and we don't really have great removal. And not having either of those things could be a problem. In this format, it often is. But, you know, I think we can do okay. Seems highly unlikely this is like a 7-win deck or anything. All right. Solid, you know, one of our early drops might have been nice, but it's fine either way. We didn't really pass anything fun, I don't think. Okay. What am I going to lead with? I was going to say, it kind of depends on what they play. If I wanted to be more defensive, I would have played the egg. I think if we're going to be attacking, I'd probably just go with the Ancestor here. What are they doing over there? I'm a little scared. Let's attack. They're like a 5-color good stuff deck. Haven't seen a lot of that in this format. I think we keep our foot on the gas pedal here. Play out a Militia Rallier and just keep attacking. We've got Chill of the Grave online. So we can sort of play a tempo game here if we want to. And I think I probably want to. Just tap that thing down and attack them. Seems pretty good. So now our poor Militia Rallier can't attack because he's all alone. Okay, I can exile my Ancestor if I want to here with my Cobbled Lancer. If I play Cobbled Lancer and Biolume Egg, I can Lantern Flare their creature. Yeah. I do lose the aura, but I kind of think I'm okay with that overall. Let's play our egg first. I guess that will give us some information. Okay, we've got all of our exploit going on. I don't think we need all of it. I think we're probably happy to draw Diver Scob, though, because we can play it next turn and sack the egg. Which is pretty good. Does that make me want to go a little more conservative here and just leave up our Fierce Retribution to kill the Cruel Witness? I mean, the Cruel Witness isn't so scary that I think I want to do that. I think we'll just play our Lancer here. We'll lose the aura, like I said, but it's not a disaster to lose that aura. We're going to be pretty stoked if we get to... Oh. We're less stoked about that. I was going to say we'd be pretty stoked if we get to Diver Scob away their only creature. And, you know, we can Diver Scob the Hunter, but it's just not worth it at all. So we're not going to. We'll leave up... I think here we are in a place where we just leave up Fierce Retribution. We just have an awkward amount of mana. I can't do anything else, so I won't. It's kind of just what we have to do, so we'll just pass our turn. It may not even attack us, which is kind of a problem. I can Lantern Flare the Cruel Witness, and that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Yeah, it's not even going to attack us. So I need to find more mana. I think we take the 3 just in case there's something we want to Lantern Flare more. All right. So let's try to Lantern Flare their Cruel Witness. Good chance they can bounce something or disrupt this. Okay, maybe not. Alright, so I think we continue to just leave mana up here. Just don't want to Diver Scob the Flourishing Hunter at all. So, yeah. We just pass the turn again. Hold up Siphon Essence. Okay. Silly things are happening. Okay, so I guess we play Stitched Assistant here. Thank you for the resub, Echo Zero. I mean, playing Repository Scob and getting back Lantern Flare could be interesting, but yeah, I think we play our Stitched Assistant. They may counter it. In fact, I'd say it's fairly likely they do. But if they don't, we get a 4/4, and we probably find the mana we really wanted. Yeah, okay. So we just end the turn. I don't have Siphon Essence up anymore, which makes me nervous. Yeah, okay. We're going to have a hard time beating this deck, I would say. We're going to go ahead and Retribution this, because we can. I can get Retribution back with Diver Scob, which is pretty attractive. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Well, you know, we'll have a turn where we can't do stuff, but... Oh, crap, I played the wrong card. Classic. I guess we'll bounce the Lancer. That's not what I meant to do at all. As you know, since it's not what I said I was going to do. I don't really want to bounce Brambleworm, so we're just going to bounce the Lancer. What a waste. I mean, the good news is we get a 4/4, so it's not a complete disaster. Wait, what happened? Instep, okay. So no attacks. Make them use up another card in their graveyard, if nothing else. Okay. So this time, let's do what I intend to do. Let's go to combat, see if we can coax out anything. Alright, so we'll play a Repository Scob. Let's hope they can't counter it now. We'll give up our Lancer. And we're going to get back... Yeah, I think we get the Retribution more than we get Lantern Flare. We do have Foreboding Statue in our hand, but... Then we'll also play Traveling Minister in our turn. Okay. That works for me. So yeah. We'll chill the grave on Brambleworm here. Let's just draw a card. We swing out now. Guess you're the best blocker, so... So, given our situation, I think maybe we want to leave mana up for Siphon Essence so that if they do play a new creature, we can do something about it. And if nothing else, we can draw a card at the end of their turn. So, I think I can live with that. They can too, of course. Like, another creature is a problem. It's not the scariest of creatures. How likely is it they have something scarier in their hand? Reasonably high. I think we let it resolve. It's not enough of a problem. That's more of a problem. It doesn't block effectively or anything, so yeah. I'm not super alarmed. Okay. So... I think we probably just attack them here. Okay. That works for me. That game got a little scary after the Flourishing Hunter Brambleworm turns, but we managed to do just enough to sort of get there despite all of that, thanks to our tap effects and removal and Biolume Egg. Luckily, they never played like a bomb in that game. That's when we're going to end up in grown test scenarios in this. We're just going to be like, oh god. We don't have anything that can match that in power. Alright, good hand. You know, you can set up Panicked Bystander, Traveling Minister. We got an egg, statue. You can live with all of that. 1, 2, 3 at curve out. I mean... If I don't have something with Exploit, and if I don't have if I'm not needing to be super defensive, I'd probably play the statue. I guess the statue also lets us pay for this ability sometimes. Another tiny bit of upside. You know, I don't think I'm going to do the Arena Open, at least not on stream. I've done it in the past, but I think it's high enough stakes that the risk of stream sniping and the risk of me being helped by people in chat is high enough that I don't think I want to do it overall. All right, so play Bystander here. So it's looking like we're going to want to play our egg, I would say. More so than the statue. Oh, yeah. We're all about the egg here. Am I down with a trade for the Ridge Wolf? I think I kind of am. Yeah. Yeah, I might record it and upload it later, but I don't know that I'm going to have time to today, unfortunately for me. Yeah, so we want to play the egg. Get our shields up. See what we have coming. Siphon Essence just seems too slow for this opponent. We're not going to be able to leave the mana up to use it ever. And I don't really think another land's what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's draft, actually, this time, which is nice. The other times have been sealed. Alright, so, I mean, there's a reasonable chance they have a trick here. But I think making them spend the trick itself has value. We have another defensive creature we can play. So, I mean, if it's Sure Strike, this is going to be able to kill me anyway. So, I think we may as well block the bigger creature. Alright, so they were just bluffing anyway, which is good for us, I think. Do we have time to play our statue here, or do I need to play our Steelclad Spirit to prevent more attacks? I think we want to play the Spirit here. This little bit of life we're gaining really matters against a black-red deck, too. We'll be able to Inspired Idea soon, which if we can weather the early aggression, should allow us to get there, but I'm a little bit worried they have Markov Retribution here, which will be a little bit of a nightmare. Okay, it's just Rending Flame. I can live with that much more easily. I mean, it's not great, but I can live with it. We don't want them to get blood, so. Another Biolume egg, huh? Well, probably is what I want to play. Alright, there's Diver Scob. The Quartermaster's good. I guess we still want it. It's going to be a little awkward because we don't have double white for it. I have to play my statue out first, so maybe we don't want it. Because it's going to be awkward with Inspired Idea. It's going to be so awkward. I guess we're a couple turns away from playing it, but still. I don't love that. It is really good. I guess I should just draw it, even if it's awkward. I'm just going to draw it. Alright, so we blocked the two bigger creatures. Take one. That's a more defensive card than I thought we would see in this matchup. Alright, so let's play Diver Scob here. Sack a Biolume egg. And I guess Belligerent Guest makes the most sense here. And we will gain a life. So yeah, we're not going to be able to play that Quartermaster, but I guess we go Statue, Quartermaster on the next turn, which isn't too bad. So The idea of blocking with my 3/5 isn't horrendous. I could also just block with the egg, but I think killing it is pretty necessary. I could also just take 2, which also isn't the worst idea ever. I think we probably just take the 2 here. Okay, that's funny. We're gonna get another 4/4. Thanks, opponent. Oh no, okay. They're smart. They didn't let us do that. Darn. Yeah, so it's statue time. We're gonna gain a life. So we're probably gonna have to trade this Biolume Serpent to kill that Riptide Gargantua, which isn't ideal, but it is probably what we're gonna need to do here. So we can Quartermaster on the next turn, which is nice. We just have to survive to the late game, and then we'll be in pretty good shape. They continue to pressure us, unfortunately, is our problem. All right. So yeah, we're going to block this, and I think we take the 2. I'm just sort of putting all my eggs in the inspired idea basket here. You know, a flyer is bad news. I'm really glad we have Angelic Quartermaster, because then it would have been real bad. So we put 1 here. Where do I put the other counter? Seems like making this a 1/5 is not really worth it. Making this a 2/2 isn't either. Making you bigger isn't either. It's not really a great place for our second counter. I guess 2/2 means Persistent Specimen has to stop attacking us. I guess that... But I need to gain the life anyway. So yeah, I guess 1/5 is what we go for here. And then we do this. And we'll play out this land. We want as few cards as possible when we play Inspired Idea later. So, yeah. So, transform cards in some cases keep their counters. They won't. Biolume Egg will not, because it leaves the battlefield and then comes back way later. So, that's sort of the awkward thing. It would stay on the statue because it transforms right away. This dies and waits to come back, so it wouldn't stay. So, we're going to take 2 again. Alright, so let's Inspired Idea now. We want this to flip, so maybe I'll just use its mana up front here. Of course, I guess if I draw... Nah, if we draw our Drain removal spell, we're not even going to want to pay X anyway, so I don't think it's worth it. So yeah, I'll play Inspired Idea. Nice. Those are good things to get here. Okay. So, I guess I'm going to play for now Distracting Geist and Storm Chaser Drake. We're going to gain back a life here. So eventually we'll be able to Chill of the Grave this Scavenger and just swing with our much more imposing board. Pretty much what we're looking at here. Yeah, I mean, I think we take the 2 again here. I could block... Yeah, I just don't have anything that's great for blocking right now. We're just going to take the 2. Not for blocking that, anyway. We have plenty of things that can block. You're going to come back and untap at the end of my turn, yeah. So, I may get more aggressive on this very turn. Yeah. I'd say so. Okay. So, we're going to do this. Play Kindly Ancestor. We're going to leave up Chill of the Grave. And try to just open up a turn where we swing for 1,000,000, which won't be that hard, honestly. I think we let the Scavenger hit us again, and then we played Chill of the Grave on, like, Courier Bat. It's kind of where I'm leaning, anyway. They could have a kill spell of their own here. I guess Chill of the Grave on the Scavenger is a big deal for us. It stops them from attacking us, which matters, and it's their best blocker. I think we just do it. I think we just do it now. Ooh, we can transform our Biolume Egg, our other one. So is our opponent flooding out? Is that what's happening? So yeah, we'll use the mana to play our Cobbled Lancer here. And then Traveling Minister is going to make Kindly Ancestor have 3 power. Let me go to combat. And I think we attack... Yeah, we attack with all of these. And we tap down... I guess Courier Bat? Yeah, the Traveling Minister has been big in this game. That is for sure. Alright. So, we're perfectly okay with that. We gain 3. So, yeah, we're going to go to 11. Traveling Minister plus lifelink creatures is always pretty sweet. Yeah, so we definitely want to kill the one on top. And now, I have a number of things I can do. If I put Kindly Ancestor and Storm Chaser Drake, I draw a card. I think we just play Stitched Assistant first, though. I wonder if they have the Wrath. That wouldn't be very much fun. Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, I think we hold on to our Repository Scob here, just in case things go sideways and enter turn. It's unlikely they go sideways. But if they have a Wrath, it's possible. Okay. Bye-bye, Kindly Ancestor. So I probably just play the Scob, get back the tap thing, and tap down their Scavenger. I mean, I may not even need to do that, but I think if we want to be careful, it's a pretty good play. So... I think we play the Scob here and sack our Minister. So Chill the Grave plus Swing Out should do it. I wonder if they really had something they could interact with there that would have kept them alive one more turn. Sort of seems like it, because they waited to scoop until I got that back. So, again, we didn't run into a bomb. And that's good news. Our deck was able to just sort of grind things out, and that worked pretty well. Yeah, it is funny that that Phoenix dies to Flame Blessed Bolt, that's for sure. That is for sure. And it's not even just the bolt. Like, yeah, everything that has 2 toughness in this set is worse than normal because black, red, and white all have 1 mana, 2 damage, or one of them's -2. But yeah, you know what I mean. So if you're ever paying more than like 3 mana for something with 2 toughness, it feels pretty awful in this format. Solid hands. Yeah. I guess I had a free attack there I probably should have taken. On the off chance I decide to take 2. Uh-oh. The gluttonous guests are a problem. Yeah, I think we'll just keep adding to our board. There will come a time where Chill of the Grave is worth doing, but we're not there yet. Ooh. Okay. That's not really what you're hoping for. Yeah, Chill of the Grave doesn't really do anything now, so we're just gonna end our turn. Yeah, their deck's sweet. I mean, theirs is a more grindy blood deck. I think those are more fun anyway, you know? Alright, so I guess we're gonna Chill of the Grave, the 2/6 here. That's annoying. To draw Diver Scob right after I Chill of the Grave, the creature that I most want to bounce. Maybe I should have tapped a 1/4 with that knowledge, but I think it's hard to... It was hard there to know what is going to be best. I guess bouncing a guest isn't disastrous. I mean, it's probably just what we do here. Although, I don't really want to give up any of my creatures either, so we're in an awkward spot. I don't have any good, you know, I need my Biolume eggs to really feel great about this. I mean, sacking the Geist kind of is interesting, but probably not worth it. I could just play things to be creatures, like, and that might be what I do with Repository Scob here. I could also just use Chill of the Grave on one of those, but that doesn't seem great either. I just don't have anything worth doing, basically. Yeah, leaving up removal might just be our best bet. It's probably a little better than adding to the board, and I can still Chill of the Grave, too, so... I'm not liking the looks of this game for us. I'm surprised I didn't want to use any blood there. That scares me. It scares me that they have one of the really scary blood payoffs. Yeah, that would be one of those. I haven't seen someone go off with this yet, but they're about to do it. They are about to do it. This is not gonna go well. Oh my god. So they discarded a Brambleworm. Makes me wonder if they have the Markov reanimation spell, which is, I think, highly likely in this deck. Since our opponent has a bunch of blood anyway. So I think I'm going to Chill of the Grave one of these guests and pray we get something going here, or we're about to be in some trouble. The run's going okay. We're 2-0 so far, but this opponent is making our lives difficult. No creature in the graveyard. I mean, I can remedy that, but yeah. Okay. So, I think we swing here. Untap our Militia Rallier. Get a nice hit in, if nothing else. I think maybe Repository Scob, give up Distracting Geist is just worth it here. Yeah, it's probably just worth it. Get back a Chill of the Grave. And don't really want to eat up my... Yeah, I think we just leave up our Chill and our 2/3/3s back. So they're going to get another zombie token here. Morning, Mr. Anime Shane. Their deck is sweet, you know. I've had the most fun maybe in the format with the grindier blood decks like theirs, but when I've had them, I didn't get Dying to Serve, which definitely pays you off for this grindier approach. Most of the commons and uncommons in Black-Red are about aggro for blood, but Dying to Serve, not so much. So, I wonder still if they have the reanimation spell. Not that I could really do anything about it, so... Maybe our best bet here is hoping they deck themselves before they can kill us, but that's highly unlikely, given the board state. Is it possible? Oh, that's annoying. Makes me wish I'd used my Cobbled Lancer when I had the chance. I mean, if they want to attack me, I think they can. Do I want to Chill the Grave on anything here? It doesn't really allow me to attack if I do, so it seems unnecessary to me. Okay, we've got 7 mana, huh? So let's play our Biolume Egg. Bottom both of those. And yeah, I think we end our turn from there. They didn't want more blood, another zombie there, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Chill of the Grave on Diregraph Scavenger isn't too shabby here. Might just be better on Catapult Captain, though. Probably is. I think I just block if the Scavenger attacks us here. I block with our Repository Scob. Yeah, so... I can also bounce the Captain this turn with my Diver Scob, so I think I'm actually going to tap down... Let's tap down... Is it worth tapping down anything, honestly? Not really. Drawing a card's nice, I guess, but it's probably... It's not worth it just to do that here. Okay. So, yeah. Let's play Diver Scob here. Give up our Biolume Egg. And we're going to bounce... Well, Maybe it's just better to bounce a zombie. Bouncing Catapult Captain, I mean, it just comes down and transforms again. So I may as well just bounce a zombie, frankly. Yeah. So I think that's it. I mean, we don't really want to Cobbled Lancer away or Biolumeg, obviously. So that's it for this turn. Then get that Brambleworm back eventually with Blood Fountain. That's not going to be very much fun. Alright, so Grizzly Ritual. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we block with our Repository Scob here. We'll play our Cobbled Lancer. I'm not getting back either of these, so it doesn't really matter, but let's go with the Scob. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say still our best bet in this game is hoping they deck themselves. Because they have so much value. That Brambleworm's probably getting reanimated eventually, so I'm glad I have Fierce Retribution. Thank you for the follow on Chapin. Chapin. So, I mean, if Felstinger attacks us here, yeah, I was going to say, I just block it. They can eventually just start throwing these zombies at me, but that doesn't scare me a whole lot. Hey, look, a flyer. I knew I had some of those. Good chance they've been just holding on to removal, though, to kill said flyer, but... So, Blood Fountain, get your worm. Seems pretty likely. Yep. It's too bad I don't have my counter magic, but I can at least kill the worm, you know. Alright, yeah, so we go ahead and Fierce Retribution. Brambleworm. Play our Kindly Ancestor. I think we honestly go ahead and Rumble with the 2-1. I mean, why not? Take that, and, yeah, hold on to Chill of the Grave. They are down to 11 cards because they've drawn so many. We're still at 22. We're not under that much pressure. I mean, that could change pretty easily. So, I don't need to get that excited about the lack of pressure. but right now, we're not. You know, all they need to do is play like an Unhallowed Phalanx, and then I'm in a world of hurt, so... Since they have Catapult Captain, and it's highly unlikely I get the removal I would need. Ooh. Didn't really see that coming. It can just outright kill my Storm Chaser Drake here if it wants to. I think I go ahead and tap it down. Okay. Okay. Well, I kind of like the idea of giving up Kindly Ancestor to Stitched Assistant because that would allow us to put it on the Drake and draw another card. The problem is this can kill it just by attacking later, but it's a couple turns away, so I kind of think it's an okay plan here. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, I think we're happy with an egg. I mean, we're not going to be able to get something out of it right away, but I think we're happy with it. So, Ancestor on the Drake. We draw a card. We attack with the Drake. We play a Biolume egg. Ooh, Lantern Flare. That's going to be able to take down pretty much anything. So that's good. It also gained us a bunch more life. Oh, hey, I kind of forgot he was going to transform there. No, I knew that all along. I mean, yeah, that was the plan. I knew he was going to transform when I cast a Lantern Flare, but I didn't realize I gained... Oh, yeah, because of the lifelink. Makes sense. Well... That's sad for us. They're just firing off removal now. Also sad. Our Lantern Flare became less potent, but we can still use it to kill Volatile Arsonist. So, I don't hate blocking with our Lancer. Don't love it. I think we just take the 3 here. Give them a blood. Yeah. I think we flare the Arsonist here. Okay. Well, I think we'll block with the Stitched Assistant here. We are running out of gas. Rapidly. Oh, good. Another Bramble Worm. It's going to be harder to deal with this one. We've already used our Repository Scob, haven't we? Yeah. I think that might be it for us, unfortunately. They can sort of just swing out here and really wreck us. Okay, well, I think we go ahead and block it with both of those and hope nothing bad happens. Yeah, that's where we're at. Good chance something bad happens. If it does, it's probably scooping time. Yeah, they had all the bleed dries. Let's see what we draw. But I think we've finally run out of gas here against their zombie army. I could have triple blocked, I guess, but that would have been... The Bramble Worm would be dead, but I'd also have one less creature, so I'm not sure how worth it would have been. Yeah, alright. They got us. It's going to be slow, but they're going to kill us before they run out of cards, so... They still had 8 cards, which was plenty. That was a fun game, even if we eventually just couldn't keep up. Yeah, they didn't use the catapult. They didn't really need to. They probably were going to use it to finish me off a turn earlier eventually, but yeah. Right, solid little hand. Especially, you know, we have a decent start against aggro decks here. And that does look like what we're up against. Well, I'm glad they didn't play anything else there, I have to say. See if this gets abraded out of the way or something. I think if the Epic here attacks, we just block. We have enough going on in our hand. I mean, granted, we need to stop drawing lands, but we have a couple of other creatures it'll be harder for them to punch through. So if they want to use, like, Sure Strike to kill our Steelclad Spirit, we'd be okay with it. Also, kind of okay with that. Yeah. I mean, I think we just go ahead and give them what they're offering us. I'm okay with it overall. Alright, well, they still had to 2-for-1 themselves, so I'm kind of okay with that. I think our deck, if we're making our opponent 2-for-1 themselves, we should have the better late game, though. You know, the lands aren't helping. I guess I play the Egg here, partly for the Scry at this point. The Ancestor would actually pressure them a little, but I think I need the Scry pretty desperately with how we've drawn so far. Like, we don't want to draw another land this whole game. So, let's try and make that happen with our Biolume Egg. Alright, you're not lands. That's good. I don't have a thing in my graveyard right now. I don't have a creature, but it's kind of likely to happen eventually. And you're still not a land. So I can live with drawing the Lancer. I don't love it here, though. But I think it's acceptable. Yeah. Good chance our Storm Chaser Drake dies, and hopefully not to another Flame Blessed Bolt. Because we don't really want those going to the graveyard. I mean, we do want those going to the graveyard. Yeah, so Ancestor or Drake? I mean, if they kill our Ancestor, I can then play Drake and put the Ancestor on it next turn, which is kind of appealing. Yeah, let's play the Ancestor. Okay, things are getting a little realer over there. This is where having blocked, having taken the Cobbled Lancer doesn't feel great. Uh-oh. Things are starting to get a little sketchy over there for us. There's the Celebrant's attacks. Do I double block it? How crazy would it be to double block it? I guess pretty crazy when we're at 18. We know they can't save it, though. Then I can play my Lancer. They have 2 cards left, but they have a bunch of blood. Double block and hope I draw well. Seems a little crazy. but I do think it's what I'm going to do here. Right, I drew pretty well overall, yeah. So I think we go Lancer, get rid of the Storm Chaser, and then put Kindly Ancestor on the Lancer, and end our turn. Probably Chill of the Grave the Celebrants here. Maybe just take 4. Nah, Chill of the Grave seems pretty good. Come on, Exploit. That's sad. It's sad for us. They must have had a boatload of removal, and they were like, I don't care if I 2-for-1 myself early. And that seems to have been the right decision, I'd say. Does give us a little bit of time now to find something, though. That's not something. Poor exiled Cobbled Lancer can't draw us a card. Not loving my chances here. They get to throw away all their flood, and I just have to draw it. Ooh, Lantern Flare is so bad here. Okay. It's not quite as bad as a land, because it has some potential at least, but it's not good. I could kill the Epicure with it. Okay. These two are kind of a non-bow. Having them in the same deck, probably not super smart. It hadn't really come up yet, but 2 defenders and a militia rallier, probably not great. Yeah, our opponent has so much removal. It's overwhelming. I think they can kill basically anything we play, probably, if they want to. If I draw my removal for that thing, I'm going to be in good shape, but I have 1 more turn to do it, effectively. I guess 2 if I burn a Lantern Flare just to gain the life. Oh, boy. So, yeah, we're going to play Lantern Flare here to kill their Epicure and go to 1. Uh-oh. Okay. So, yeah, we'll Lantern Flare their Epicure. Go to 7. They get rid of our egg. We go to 1. Dead to an Epicure. That's okay. We got a little more time. This is kind of hilarious. Flame Blast Bolt. That means we're dead. Let's see what's on top, though. Yeah. Yep. Opponent's deck was, like, overloaded with great removal spells, and we drew poorly. I think there was a good chance that we would have lost even if we didn't draw poorly, but I think we would have put up a little more of a fight than hoping to top deck things that will keep us alive for one more turn. But so we started out 2-0, and now we're 2-2. The first two games of this deck were pretty wacky, fun ones. And even the third one was pretty fun. That one wasn't that much fun, just because we had the rug pulled out from under us in the last part of the game, but it happens to our opponents too. I actually thought it was happening to them, but they were just holding on to removal like the whole time. All right, good hand. No 2-drop, but I'm on the play, so it's not a disaster. This is the kind of hand where we really can win the late game, thanks to Inspired Idea. So Biolumag into Stitched Assistant is going to be a pretty spicy start. Do they have the 1-1? No. I mean, I was talking about the 1-1 Wolf is what I was worried about. All right, so let's play our egg here. I think I want one of you. I don't think I want both of you, though. I'll take one land. I could have maybe bottomed both with the assistant, but if they kill my Biolumag here, one way or another, we're not going to be very happy. So, okay, they're not going to. Interesting. Oh, not interesting. That was smart. Yeah. Yeah, so we take 5. Ow. All right, so let's Stitched Assistant here. So I think we bottom that. Opponent has had a faster start than I would like. If Toxic Scorpion attacks us, we take it. If Daybreak Combatant attacks us, uh-oh. So right now we can't kill that. We'll be able to eventually. Maybe if I hadn't bottomed all those lands, especially. That might come in handy at some point, but that point is not now. So this isn't good. They could just make a wolf here past the turn. If I draw a land, I can bounce it, is the good news for us. The Child of the Pack, that is. Yeah. But it can still come back down as a 5/5 that pumps everything. So it's not like that is an incredible deal or anything. One more land and I can outright kill it, which is nice. But yeah. So I do think we play Diver Scob here. Probably sacrifice Stitched Assistant. I mean, I guess if it attacks me, I can kill it. But it's probably not going to attack me. So I think we make them recast it at least. Give up our Stitched Assistant. And bounce the Packmate. And pass the turn. Guessing they replay Packmate. An attack, maybe? We have pretty good bodies over here, honestly. The Toxic Scorpion can attack us, but that's pretty much it this turn. Which is nice for us. Okay, pretty good draw. So the question here is, do I want to leave up Siphon Essence and Fierce Retribution? Or play Distracting Geist? It's not like the Geist is that great. I mean, it adds to our board, and that's always useful. But I think leaving up Fierce Retribution and Siphon Essence is probably just better. Yeah, we'll just pass our turn. Yeah, so we definitely want to Siphon Essence that. Kind of doubt they attack us here. Do Do I want to cash in this blood? Not really. I kind of like everything we have in our hand. Okay, Cobbled Lancer's not bad. I can double spell here. Not that that's necessarily better. That's the funny thing about the Packmate. It's like, if I do double spell, you have a creature that can just put out another token and then transform again. So, do I like that idea? Not sure I do. Yeah, I think we'll pass the turn, leave up Retribution and Chill of the Grave. I guess just throwing this away with our blood might have been worth it. I think our deck definitely lacks a little bit of finishing power. I mean, I guess Biolume Serpent can do the job in the right scenario, but hasn't really so far. I'm probably going to Chill of the Grave the Packmate here if they don't do anything else. They just end their turn here. They do not. This is going to be interesting. I've never really seen this work out. Will it work out for them here? No. Oh, it was a 4-4. I guess it's a 5-4 because of the Packmate, which is nice for them. So, let's Chill of the Grave the Packmate. Okay, the statue, not a bad thing to draw here. Okay, so kind of thinking I am going to double spell this time. Although, playing the statue and leaving up Retribution isn't too bad. Though, frankly, I'd rather use the Retribution to kill the Packmate at some point, so... But if I double spell, it gets value back. It's such a weird card to play against. I think leaving up Retribution's fine. I'm probably going to double block the Millipede with Lancer. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good for us. Yeah, we just don't have enough finishing power. Like, not a fast enough deck, but we also don't have, like, an incredible bomb to win us the game. And I think that combination is not doing us any favors here. Okay. I mean, we definitely have a chance in this game, but it does feel like we're a little outmatched. Yeah, so end our turn here. Yeah, we needed more. I mean, we have one flyer, I guess. Lantern, whatever, would have been great in this deck. The Lantern Spirit, that would have helped a lot. You're the only one attacking us, huh? Okay, that makes more sense. So I'm Retributioning something. It should probably be the Packmate. It's like the biggest problem. Yeah. The others are just big, dumb creatures at this point, and the Packmate is like an actual threat. So we're going to go ahead and destroy it here. It also lets us lower the power of these creatures, which definitely matters. Okay. So I probably should have Chill the Grave something, but you know. Okay. So I'm going to just block the 4/4 like that. I think we're going to take the 6, and then we're going to block these smaller creatures. Like that. And yeah, just take the 6. See if they have a way to blow us out here. They might. I hope they don't. Hope we get to just subtract from their board here and for a cost of 6 life, basically. So we need to remember to tap this for mana, even though we're not going to do anything with it, most likely, this turn. Just so that it transforms sooner. Alright, so they've got an Abrade for us. Do they have anything else? I'm actually taking 8. That was stupid of me. Okay, well now I feel less stupid. Okay. We go to 9, back up to 11. We kill one thing. Okay, so I think we play Distracting Geist. And now that we lost our zombie, we have to pay 3 for Chill of the Grave. Yeah. So pass our turn here. I think we chill the Flourishing Hunter. Yeah, I mean, the problem with having a deck that isn't that good at winning quickly is that you run into these hunters and stuff, and if you don't have a bomb to sort of close things out, they're just going to make it impossible for you to win. And that's definitely what we're looking at. We needed the Lantern Spirit with Disturb. Because, yeah, against all these opponents who beat us, if we just had one flyer, probably an okay shape overall, but we haven't had it. We do have Inspired Idea, and there's our one flyer. They still have a pretty good attack here, which I'm not happy about. So Storm Chaser Drake, Inspired Idea is a pretty good turn. And it may give us what we need to pull ahead, but it's going to be tough. Yeah, so that's still a pretty good attack. I think we're going to block with both of these. What we needed, I guess our best matchup was aggro decks, basically. Any grindier deck is going to beat us in this format. Alright, tap you for mana. Don't actually use that mana. Lantern Flare. And we can pay X for it. Okay. It's not quite enough to kill Flourishing Hunter this turn, unfortunately. So if I Inspired Idea, I end up with 4 cards, and that's acceptable. And I still have mana up for Lantern Flare if I decide I want to use it. So, yeah. Let's actually use mana from this. Cast Inspired Idea. Alright, we drew a land. Okay, so we can play a creature out, and then Lantern Flare will actually be able to kill a Flourishing Hunter next turn. Of course, the downside is I have to block one of those hunters, but that might be okay. Yeah, let's play the Militia Rallier. Obviously, it has the better stats in the group, so yeah. So next turn, I can Lantern Flare a thing. Come on, man. Now I have to kill something else. Because this isn't just a big dumb creature, it turns out insect tokens. And I think a big dumb creature is going to be easier for us to deal with than that. We do have... we can get back our Lantern Flare at some point in the game, so there's that. And if we can do that, we might actually manage to win this thing. But no guaranteeing we can. Because then we still have, even if we kill Hiveheart Shaman here, we're looking at 2 6/6s. So, yeah. So, I think we want to go with red. So if I cleave this right now instead of just casting it normally, yeah, it's not worth it. I'd rather add to my board, play, you know, use Cobbled Lancer. Yeah. So let's use our Lancer here. Haven't played a land yet this turn, so yeah, let's use our Lancer. Okay. Let's play our Ancestor. So yeah, if this attacks, if they're splashing, they're going to search up their splash color, and then this can start cranking out a 4/4 every turn. Right now it's 3 3s, but I still think that's enough of a problem that I just need to flare it now in case they have a trick or something. So and then we'll attack because we can with our flyer and end our turn. So these 6/6s are definitely our biggest problem. We don't have any good way to deal with them without getting our repository scob anyway. All right. So we're going to play Stitched Assistant here and sack one of the Ancestors so we can put the thing on this, give it lifelink, and it can draw us a card. That seems pretty good. It's been a nice little combo, our exploit with disturbed creatures. Lifelink is just going to be way better than this tap effect, although the tap effect does get a little interesting later in the game because they only have 2 big creatures. If I can subtract both of them, my whole board can suddenly swing out, and that would give me the ability to subtract one of them. Interesting. Giving lifelink to Biolume Serpent, not terrible either. I mean, it can start attacking eventually, which is nice. I think we still go with lifelink here. Minister. Gradually gaining us life, using it on a lifelink creature. That's pretty good. I guess we'll go ahead and draw it. Then we'll put Kindly Ancestor on Stormchaser Drake. We'll attack for 2 in the air. I guess we're just going to cash in a blood now. We actually have way fewer cards than them. So that may be a problem. Probably going to have to start attacking with our Serpent in the near future if we want a chance here. Guess that means we want to hold on to islands, like way more than we want to hold on to other stuff. Interesting. That almost definitely means they have some really obnoxious trick. Unfortunately. Man. Any trick really blows us out here, but we also can't afford to just take all of this. I'm I'm going to try to double block one Flourishing Hunter. It could also just be a removal spell. In which case I could block a little more aggressively, but I think we just try that and hope it works. I mean, we don't really have an alternative. We get owned no matter what we do here, basically. So. Okay, it did work. So maybe they bluffed their way to some damage there. Kind of feels like it. That is not really what I was wanting there. But okay. All right. So now we attack. We go up to 16. We're going to hold... Yeah, let's play out some islands, because they might matter eventually for our Biolume Serpent. Ah, crap. Vigilance to their whole board is not good. Making Flourishing Hunter into a 7/7 is not good. Oh. They're going a little, smaller than I thought they might. So I'm actually going to transform this turn, which is cool. Do I want to attack with my Biolume Serpent? Do we want to pressure them in that way? I think maybe we do. We have so many lands that I think attacking with it this turn is safe. Yeah. That's 7. So hope they don't have a kill spell. If they can kill my Drake especially, it'll be bad, because our Bystander wouldn't have transformed. I think if I were them, I would just pump the Hunter and give my whole board Vigilance, but I guess they can't stop the 2 creatures that are attacking them, so transforming it doesn't make a huge difference, but I don't know. You know, with Distracting Geist in play, I could be attacking more aggressively. That's why they're being more cautious, yeah. See, I think that makes sense. That also makes my Distracting Geist plan a lot less effective. Okay. Everybody's rumbling here. Well, you're gonna block that. I mean, I can kill the Grove Strider, but it really depends on what they have in their hand. So, thank you for the sub, Mr. Anime Shane. I could just take 10 here. It's not like the worst plan ever. Yeah, it doesn't have Death Touch, unfortunately. You know what, though? Blocking like that is pretty appealing. If I can actually kill it and then put this on my Drake and just, like, swing out, we're going to be in pretty good shape. But not amazing shape. So I think I'm just going to block here and take 10 plus damage. I guess I can at least kill the 1/1. I guess I'd rather do it with distracting guys, though, frankly. So, yeah. See what happens. We are going to gain a little bit of life back thanks to our culprit. Ooh, I kind of forgot we have this card. Hasn't really shown up for us today, but that's a big deal here. Yeah, so let's play our Quartermaster. So we definitely put one counter here. I could put it on my Serpent so I hit harder, but it seems a little cute to me. I think maybe putting it on, like, our Thresher so that it's more of a problem as a blocker is probably better. Yeah. Alright, and then we'll play a land. The question is, do I want to try to play Distracting Geist here on my Drake, hope it works out, so that I draw the card? Or do I go move forward a little more cautiously than that? It doesn't really enable a great attack here, so I think I'm going to hold off on it for now. And, yeah, we'll go full control. Attack with both of those. They could have drawn something that can kill the Drake, though. But, yeah. Okay, so we hit them for 8. We go up to 15. I think maybe I play the Geist here anyway so that we save our mana. We're going to draw 2 cards total, so seems worth it. I guess I'll go for it. I get to draw the card either way, which is nice. Ooh. That might just get us there now, because we can get back our Lantern Flare. Yeah, or the tap card. The tap card might just be better. We might actually pull this one out. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of effort, but it's possible. All right, so obviously, because we know we can repository Scob and get there, most likely, this turn. No, Lantern Flare, unfortunately, can't go to the face, but even if we cleave it, right? I need to double check that, actually. Yeah, it still can't, even if we cleave it. Okay, so you're going to block here. You're going to block there. You're going to block here. And you're going to block there. And we take the damage from the other things. Yes. I mean, we have lethal on the backswing, unless they do some stuff. Okay. We got there! This deck has been fun. I mean, you know, we're at 3-2, so it's not like we're doing an incredible having an incredible run or anything, but the games we have won have all been like that, where they just go on forever and we outvalue our opponent eventually. Usually involving our draw 3 card eventually, like pulling us back ahead. I could have gone more aggressive and maybe killed them that previous turn, but it ended up working out, and I'll take it. I don't think I'm going to do the Arena Open, at least not on stream. It's high stakes enough that, first of all, if I stream it, I don't interact with chat at all. And that seems kind of pointless. Second of all, people can stream snipe. And when there's that much money on the line, people definitely will. So it's probably, you know, if I'm going to do it, I should do it off the stream. That's what I'm saying. Decent hand. You know, Cobbled Lancer is always a little awkward in your opener, but Quartermaster was big in that game too. As was gaining 1,000,000 life. If I get time to do it, yeah, it'll go on YouTube. I kind of doubt I will, unfortunately, but yeah. Yeah, I think we play our Steelclad Spirit. Okay, so definitely wanting to go a more defensive route here. So now we play Biolumeg. Do we want one of these? Yeah, I guess we want the island. I mean, it's not amazing, but it does guarantee we can cast our Quartermaster in the near future, and I think that's worthwhile. Well, that's annoying. So I definitely think we block it with our Steelclad Spirit, but obviously they get a blood out of the deal and trample for a 2. Does mean I can play Cobbled Lancer, which is nice. Does mean their Ragged Recluse will transform soon. Okay. So, yeah, we play a Lancer. And a Kindly Ancestor. This deck seems more aggressive, which I'm hoping is good for us. You know, Blood's not always aggressive, but it is more often than it isn't. Quartermaster to pump both of these next turn is a pretty spicy play. Obviously, oh god. Well, if we don't quickly find a way to kill that, and we don't currently have it, we're going to be in trouble. Okay, well, I think we still play our Quartermaster here. Buff both of those. I guess if I made this a 0-5, it could have blocked Anya, but... So the good news is, this won't transform at the end of our turn, because it only does it at the end of their end step, so that's a nice thing about it. It won't be attacking us this turn is a big thing, but they don't have a huge board state, so Anya can't eliminate us entirely. Oh man, they have a kill spell. If they didn't have a kill spell, I could have played my Storm Chaser Drake and then Lantern Flare to kill Anya, which would have been good. But didn't really happen for us there. They can transform it this turn if they want to, but they have to do it now. They have to use blood now to do it. Yeah, that's not really what I was hoping for. So again, we kind of have to hope we draw a creature. Looks like they're going to cash in some blood here to hurt us, which kind of okay with that. Okay, so this time Ragged Recluse will transform. One more creature, and Lantern Flare can deal with Anya, which is a big deal. Let's get a creature off the top. We have like 18 in the deck. We have a decent chance. Also, not that unlikely we draw a non-creature, unfortunately, but... yeah. Like I said, it's not like crazy unlikely, so... So that Blood Petal Celebrant is a scary thing. Playing out our islands because we have Biolume Egg probably seems like a good idea. I probably just take 4 if the Celebrant attacks us. We do have to keep in mind that they can just like untap and do 8 to us. The only good news is we do have Lantern Flare, which could gain us life out of nowhere. I mean, I could set up a double block here. This would draw me a card, but we're getting further away from Lantern Flare doing what we need it to do, so I think we just have to take the 4. We have to kill Anya, or we're going to lose this game, more or less. So, yeah, I think... oh, man. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. They can get very close to killing us here. That's unfortunate for us. My poor Quartermaster. May have to use Lantern Flare on the Celebrant, which I don't think we can really do, because we just lose the game if we do that. I mean, we kind of lose the game no matter what here, so yeah. Interesting they didn't just do it with the Specimen, who can just come back right away. I mean, it can still do that, but they have to pay the mana to get it back. All right. So, the only way we might win here, I guess, is if they don't attack us first. They're going to attack us first, though. Yeah. I can try to double block and just hope that works out. I guess that's kind of where we are here. Prevents the damage being done to us. Our Lantern Flare can still do 3, which certainly matters. I could just Lantern Flare the Celebrant, but that seems crazy. So they could sack their Celebrant here, get the blood, etc. We do gain... no, we're not going to gain the life because of how they stacked it. But I guess that's acceptable. They could sack it now, I guess. They didn't, though. That would have been kind of bad for us. So we kind of have to hope we draw... we do get to draw 2 cards in our turn if our Storm Chaser Drake's still alive. That's pretty much our only hope, I guess. And hope that we can kill Anya that way. Yeah. Well, that doesn't really help us, other than the fact that it does draw us another card. So let's put the Ancestor on the Drake. Oh, thank goodness. So we can kill her here. We have the mana to cleave it and everything. We are still dealing with an Odious Witch, but getting rid of Anya will make it harder for our opponent to win this thing. Alright. So we attack and go to 10. Then we Fierce Retribution. We cleave it. Hopefully they don't have the thing that'll save her and return her to the battlefield. That would be a nightmare. Probably have it. Oh, God. They do. Okay. Are we dead? Does that mean we're dead? Almost. Fourth. They only have 6 mana, so not quite, but it gets close. That was brutal. That was brutal. Okay. So, go to 9. Block there. We have to block there. Don't think we have any way... Well, if I had that in play a turn earlier, I might have had a chance. So they have the 8 things they need. Actually, they don't quite, because Anya... can't sacrifice herself. Oh, but they can sack their specimen and then get it back. So... do we play Foreboding Statue and try to survive one more turn? Chill of the Grave Anya. We can do it now. Might work. Could have used it on my own Drake to draw 2 cards. I mean, that would have been interesting. Is going up to 10 here... does it matter? It does, I think. But then I have to block with my Foreboding Statue, which sort of defeats the purpose. Well, the only reason I did it on my turn was because I was really hoping I'd draw something, and I kind of needed to draw something. I have to leave the Drake back because, yeah, gotta leave the Drake back. So we play our statue here. We do have Lantern Flare as like our emergency thing to gain us 2 life. Kind of what we're looking at is an emergency emergency exit. And I think we're gonna need it. I could Lantern Flare their specimen now. I kind of have to, don't I, now that I'm at 6. Yeah. Which sucks, because I really need the Flare to not lose in the first place, but, you know. Wait, that still doesn't really work. Might as well wait it out. Yeah. We're kind of screwed either way. I wish they had some major resources that if they gave them up, they're like in a bunch of trouble, but they don't. Oh, good. Okay. We do still have 1 turn in us if we use up our Lantern Flare here. Alright, so... it's so sad, because we were so close to being able to use it to kill Anya, but... we will kill the Forebear in response, go up to 4. Keep our fingers crossed. I mean, there's not... I don't think there's anything that gets us out of this. We have to kill Anya here, or it's over. Does Repository Scob do it? I mean, I don't think so, because we don't have the mana. That definitely doesn't do it. So, I think we attack here. But yeah, all they have to do is give up their foreboding, or sack their specimen and then get it back. And I can't counter it, because it just comes straight to the table. So, I think that's it. Any creature in their hand. Well, I can counter it if they play a creature from their hand, I guess. So that's interesting. But, yeah. They can just do the specimen, which I can't counter no matter what I do. So that's probably what they'll do. Against a blue deck that has mana up, I don't know why you wouldn't. Okay. They just wanted to... Yeah, that works. I mean, that still kills us. And they knew I couldn't use Siphon Essence on it, so... Oh, we got kind of close to actually beating it, but... 3-3 is pretty good for that deck, and I had a lot of fun playing it, if nothing else. It was really like one insane... We needed like an insane bomb finisher. And I think if we had that, that deck was going to be really good. But we basically just didn't have a strong enough... We had like value stuff we could do in the late game, which was nice, but not enough really. So yeah.